Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. A fight starts every time you wake up. It's like a lot of the fights you have had in your life. And just like any of them, this one gives you the chance to decide how it goes. If you do this a lot, it soon becomes a habit and is done without even thinking. We don't even think about how important it is for our lives to decide how the battle ends at the end of the day. This is a fight between two different parts of your personality. And it's going to be hard. Let me show you. People on one side have a PhD in instant gratification or instant benefit, which means they want to get as much pleasure as possible while doing as little work as possible. This is the only goal. We love this one because it never lets us down. People forget that this side is prone to rationalization and it will do what it can to make sure you get your daily dose of pleasure, no matter how it comes. This is true, but because it's driven by primal instincts, it can only think short term and has a low tolerance for pain. They all come from what we call the monkey mind, which is very popular in the world of productivity. In addition, this part of us tends to take extreme measures when we come across anything that looks like pain or hard work. These include things like self-doubt or a fixed mindset or a lack of confidence. Is the other side perfect? Do all good people do only good things? Focusing on their goals and reaching their goals on time? Not at all. It's just not the same. This is what I have heard people say about dissatisfaction and the constant worry about not reaching their goals. As they worry, they waste a lot of time. The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle tells you that every minute you waste worrying about the future or your goals or regretting the past is a minute lost. Since basically all you have to live in is the present. And Eckhart provides you specific techniques to start living every minute as it comes. After many sleepless nights, Eckhart finally asked himself why his life was so miserable and discovered the answer in his own self, which he calls the I. The self he created using the power of his thoughts. When he woke up the next morning, he was at peace because he realized he had managed to let go of his warrior self and live only in the now, the present moment. After several years of doing nothing but enjoying his newfound peace, he eventually found a way to share it with others. He began teaching and publishing The Power of Now in 1997, and it became a New York Times bestseller in 2000, when Oprah Winfrey became fascinated with it and promoted it to her followers. The following are key takeaways from the book to help you relax and enjoy this wonderful time which we call the present moment. Here we go. If you ask 100 people to list their worst feelings, 99 of them would probably name disappointment and anxiety as the two most prevalent responses. It's because of the way our brains operate that we are always thinking about the past and the future. The first thing you think when you wake up 10 minutes late in the morning is, oh no, now I will be late for work and I'm sure my boss will be upset. That'll be followed by, oh terrible, now I will be late for work and I'm sure my boss will yell at me. There is only one time that matters, according to Mr. Tolle, the present moment. This is because everything that happens here, everything that you feel and sense, happens right now, in the present moment. If you think about it, the past is nothing more than a collection of present moments that have passed. And the future is nothing more than a collection of present moments that are yet to arrive. As a result, trying to live in the past or future is a waste of time. Living like that won't take you closer to your goals. A 14-day deadline for a research paper means that no amount of worry or anxiety about an impending mountain of work will get you there faster than just starting to tackle the first little task of getting started and sketching out an idea. Stoicism is one of my favorite schools of thought because it says that the only pain you experience is the one you can cause for yourself. Mr. Tolle would agree, as he claims that suffering is nothing more than the outcome of you opposing all the things you cannot change. We think a lot about the future and the past, but since we can only live in the present, we can't change many of the things that we are unhappy about. So we fill the gap between them by developing a resistance to these things, which is what we experience as pain, whether psychological or physical. Mr. Tolle advises two ways to get rid of pain. Number one, constantly ask yourself, what will be my next thought? Number two, stop judging your thoughts and the urge to do something. You can freeze any system in its present state by continuously watching it using the first technique. When I tried this, when I asked myself what will be my next thought, repeatedly, I experienced a moment where there was no thought. That's a great thing to have, which is what mindfulness talks about. This technique relies on the quantum Zeno effect from physics. Over and over, you may postpone your next thought by repeatedly asking yourself this question. It will allow you to recognize how much time you spend in an autopilot mode. Most of the times we do things in an autopilot mode without even knowing that we are doing certain things because of the habits we have. So, using this technique, you can disconnect yourself from that autopilot mode and move away from those thoughts, which we call destructive thoughts, that have the potential to hurt you. That voice in your brain that says you should have done better should definitely be heard, but you should ignore it the next time you wake up late for work, so that you may learn to accept those nagging ideas about what you should or you should not be doing. Take note of it. Acknowledge it's there, but refuse to follow its recommendations. In the end, you will be less in pain since you will not oppose the things you can't change with the help of these two techniques. And that is how we can fight the monkey mind. The core idea from Eckhart's book is you're not your mind. Your mind will give you so many ideas, but many of them could be destructive. You have to be cognizant of your thoughts and only go by those that will help you. So friends, a book that has sold 3 million copies is something to pay attention to. Fortunately, I'm already into meditation and mindfulness. A summary was a perfect objective opportunity for me to share my knowledge and experience with you. I strongly believe we can learn a lot from people like Eckhart and other wise souls on this planet. So that was the power of now in a nutshell. Thanks very much for watching. See you in my next video.